Yes. All right. The approach is always this: karma yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, jnana yoga. Tomorrow I'll complete this thought that these four have to be integrated. They already are in all the traditional paths. There is karma yoga, bhakti yoga, dhyana, and also jnana. They're but in different permutations. And Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda had a particular take on it, which we'll talk about tomorrow. But your first question was that so the many and the one, they're all real. They are different. They constitute different aspects of spiritual realization. So should one move from one to the other, from lower to higher and to the highest? And that's what it seems to be. Vivekananda often spoke about it that way. He said dualism, qualified monism, Advaitism, Advaita Vedanta. But again, that seems to be a kind of Advaita superiority, which it is. I'm happy with that. But that's but that's not what Sri Ramakrishna taught. His idea was not hierarchical. It was more flat. So Sri Ramakrishna's idea was more like the five blind men touching the elephant, and each of them, they understood what the elephant was. Somebody said the elephant is like a pillar. It touched the leg of the elephant. Elephant is like a pipe. It touched the trunk of the elephant, or like a fan, the ear of the elephant, or like a rope, the tail of the elephant, and so on. That was once have been one very patient elephant. But they're right. All of them are right. They did experience the elephant in different ways, partially, incompletely, but they touched reality. Similarly, it's not that you have to move from one to the other to finally experience the reality as it should be. No. Sri Ramakrishna's view was, in whichever way you approach, through bhakti, in a clearly dualistic way to God, that's also fine. And then experience God, and by the grace of God, if you need to go further, experience God in a different way, not even further, that God will take care of it. If you do not, that's also fine. Sri Ramakrishna was quite clear about that. A dualistic, devotional realization of God is perfectly all right. So is a non-dualistic. But what Sri Ramakrishna would just do, different people would come to him. Some were devotees, bhaktas, some were yogis and tantrics, some were non-dualist, wandering monks who came to him. He would encourage each person in their chosen path and just add that, don't be fanatical. Don't think that your path is the only path. There are other paths. And he would also encourage them. You learn from other paths. It'll enrich your spiritual journey. So that's all he did. I remember this ladder idea. It's there in Vivekananda. Dualism, qualified monism, and non-dualism at the very top. And he said there are many, many reasons why non-dualism should be put at the very top. Advaita should be put at the very top. And there are many, many reasons why Advaita would appeal to the modern mind and would be acceptable to a scientific and rational outlook of our age. So all of those are the plus points for Advaita Vedanta. But the ladder theory also, if you do a ladder theory, if I am a devotee of Rama or Krishna or Ramakrishna, and that's it. I'm not interested in anything else. In that case, it becomes a little troublesome for me, because it seems you are egging me on, forcing me, climb a little more to a higher heights. I remember Swami Bhuteshanandaji Maharaj, who was the 12th president of our order. So he was once asked this, but isn't it true that dualism is the lowest rung of the ladder, then qualified monism, then Advaita Vedanta? These are different stages of spiritual practice and realization, spiritual realization. He said, he had a characteristically slow drawl. He said, that ladder can also be reversed. So you can turn it upside down, and what you consider to be the highest rung of the ladder can also become the bottom rung of the ladder. That's why in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, for example, they say, we understand you're Nirguna Brahman. It's just the radiance of the body of Krishna, Tanubha. It's these fools of non-dualists who come to, and they are overpowered by the radiance, and they call it consciousness and pure consciousness, and they faint there. If only they went a little further, they would see a little blue boy playing the flute. So that's reversing the ladder. So Sri Ramakrishna did not do that. He said, you can experience God in any way. If you experience the reality, that's it. You may go forward, or you may not. I mean, you may do other things, or you may not. If you did other things, experience in different ways, Sri Ramakrishna would approve. He had a saying, Je অন্যায় করেছে সেই লোক। The one who can harmonize various different apparently contradictory paths. And he says, that's the man, that's the person, and that's the idea.